Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson for Ponca City Public Schools. And on this edition of Coach's Corner, we're going to be talking with Wendy Landis. And coming up in the next segment, you can watch the interview with Coach Scott Harmon. We're talking cross country. We're talking football. Wendy Landis, welcome to Coach's Corner. Thank you for being here.
Hi, how are you doing, Sean?
Doing very well. A little bit different format on the Zoom.
Absolutely.
And the most important thing is we're talking cross country. Incredible number of athletes from
Yes.
grade 6th through 12th, 70 athletes. Now, this is different than most high school sports in that you get the athletes, even the younger kids. For you as a coach, what kind of I'm sure you have help, but what kind of challenges does that present? You're dealing with sixth graders all the way to seniors.
It gets crazy because they all come at different times. But between myself, Victor, and Coach Guess, we just figured out how to manage it. I have a couple of managers that do the administration part of it, and then we just run their practices. It's kind of like a little streamline, and we get it done. It looks like a huge herd of people when we're out running places, but they do practice appropriate social distancing, and they wear their masks when they're not running. So we do make sure that they're following all the guidelines. But it gets kind of crazy, but it's fun. It's just busy.
Is being a head coach everything that you thought it would be?
I love it because not only do I get to meet everybody, but you kind of get to make the program your own. And that's what I like the most about it. But it comes with its own challenges, having all the different times. So my time management skills have become impeccable. I mean, I can schedule like nobody else.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you got to be excited as a coach when you see your athletes working hard, they're getting the runs in, they're following your coaching and the other coaches, and then they go to Claremore, the first meet of the season, and they show up in a big way, including like 13 or 14
medalists. Absolutely. That meet, we had never been to Claremore Sequoia before. We'd always been to another Claremore meet, and I was like, let's just try this one. And so we went, and it was broke down into some weird age groups where they split them up, and we're running freshmen and sophomore together, juniors and seniors together, all the junior high together. But it was so exciting because those guys just went out and ran like everything they'd been practicing for. Our high school boys won the meet. They got a first place, bring home. The 9th and 10th graders got second. I had girls medaling. I had junior high medaling. So that was probably the way to start the season, because they saw that they had the potential to do it. And then there was an expectation for them to keep doing it. And so it makes coaching a little bit more fun because you're like, well, you just did it, so now I need to see it again this week. So.
Right, exactly. Right after that, Carl Albert last Friday, that's a big challenging meet. A lot of runners at Carl Albert. Can you tell us about that? How was that for your athletes?
It was crazy. My last look at Enduro showed 1,500 athletes that were going to be just 9th through 12th.
Wow.
And it's never been that big before. It does include 2A and 3A, so a chunk of those went to that. But each one of those races had 200 plus people in each heat. So when you're running against 200 other people each time you run, and then the JV running against 300 to 400 people each time, the junior high races all having 200 plus, it's absolutely crazy to try to find your runners in the midst of all that. So you have to really be able to manage and then jump to this side of the thing and jump to this time. And it was so hot. It was so hot that day. They were drinking water and hydrating. So we were overcoming heat issues, and we didn't get the places we want, but their times were right where I thought they needed to be. Some people struggled and kind of figured out what they need to work on to get better, but we had some junior high go ahead and come through and pull through a medal for us. Those junior high athletes like to have medals. I've found that they like to have those medals. But our high school, they're starting to come together as that unit that you want them to have before you get into that regionals and state time at the end of October. They're starting to work together with each other and pull each other through the race. So I'm seeing finishes that are closer together with my teams. So it's nice.
That is fantastic. We're talking with Wendy Landis, the head coach of the Pohai cross country team. And now more is on the schedule. Saturday the 12th, that's this Saturday. We're recording this on a Wednesday, and Saturday is the big meet. Cooler weather, fall is here. How is that going to affect your runners? Does it make things easier for
Yeah.
them? Does it speed them up a little bit?
Yes, when anytime you can take that heat element out of a runner, it's like taking that off their back. I'm going to see faster times. Their attitudes are going to be better. It is an earlier meet, so they're not running in the later part of the day. So I'm getting that initial, all of their energy that they normally have already spent up, I'm getting it right off the bat. And so I expect a lot of faster times. They're familiar with the course. We went there last year, so they already know kind of what to expect when they go there. So I'm looking for a good turnout.
Team leaders on your cross country team. Can you?
Yeah, I have two
Every,
girl
every
captains
time,
and two boys.
every time I put a coach on the spot and ask him for this, I know the biggest fear is leaving somebody out. You've got a lot of athletes on this team, so if we leave someone out, we leave someone out. But hopefully not. Who are the team leaders?
Well, we as a coaching staff elect captains. And so we elect captains based on different criteria. We like to have some lead runners, but we like those that get along with everybody, that they're super encouraging. To me, it doesn't always have to be a senior. I know a lot of times that we like to pick seniors. So we do have some seniors included, but I have some younger athletes as well. But I have two girl captains, two boy captains. That helps cover all 70 athletes that I have. Brooke Pruitt and Hannah Jennings are my two girl captains. And then on the boys side, I have Brady Ladner and Carter Hines. And those are kind of the go-to four we go to. And then we start to kind of to see how they work in the midst of all the top runners. I mean, if I started listing top runners, they would all blend together and I'd have to list 50 people because they're all running so close right now. So that I would say my team leaders would just be those team captains.
That's fantastic. Wendy Landis is the head coach of the Pohai cross country team. September is a big month, but really October is the biggest month. What's ahead for your athletes? I know regional, state, there's a lot that
Yes,
is.
well, we have our meet on October 15th, just like last year, same day as last year. So our meet, and then 2 weeks later, we go straight into regionals, and then we finish out on Halloween with state. And I'm hoping that we get some teams at state this year and get our regionals taken care of.
There's only one opportunity to go out and support those cross country runners from Pohai and grade 6 through 12
Yes.
here in Ponca City at the home meet, and that is October 15th. So we encourage you to get that on your calendar and get out there and support the Pohai cross country.
We start at 3, so it's after school. So come out and watch us.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell us about the course. It'll be set up to where there can be spectators. Tell us.
Yes,
where.
we run out on the lake. And so our course is out on the lake, out there by across the street from the big park. It's kind of in the little marina area. So we park people far enough away that they can walk, and there's plenty of standing room on both sides of the course. So the more the merrier. We welcome a lot of people. Just wear your mask.
Head coach Wendy Landis. Now you'll be hearing Wendy on the radio with me right here when we have the Wildcat Way on KPNC. And Wendy, we certainly appreciate you being with us for Coach's Corner.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's head coach Wendy Landis of the Pohai cross country team.
Have a good day.
Well, you too, Wendy. Thank you. Coming up, we're talking Pohai football and a game that didn't end the way we wanted against Enid. That opening game of the season. We'll talk with Coach Harmon about that. Plus, we'll talk about what's to come for the Pohai Wildcat football team. That's coming up when Coach's Corner continues right here.